Today we are going to go over another quadrilateral, what the formula is, how they came up with the formula, and we're going to talk about how to use the formula to find area. Okay? The quadrilateral that we're going to talk about looks like this. Okay? This quadrilateral is called a trapezoid. Okay? Trapezoids have exactly two parallel lines. Okay? So in this case, the top is parallel to the bottom. Okay? This line on the side is not parallel to this line. Okay? So trapezoids have exactly two parallel lines. The other thing is that trapezoids don't need to have equal sides. So all the sides could be a different length as long as there's two parallel lines. Okay? So how do they come up with the formula? Okay, well, most formulas are based on, that we're going to talk about, is based on the parallelogram formula. So the parallelogram formula was area equals base times height. Okay, so if we take this, move it over a little bit, and we copy this trapezoid, so we have another one. Okay, and we flip this over. Okay, and drag this here. Can you tell what that makes? Okay, if you shade this in, that whole shape is a parallelogram. Okay, so the formula for a parallelogram is area equals base times height. So you would take this entire base and multiply it times the height. Okay? Well, if that's the case, okay, if a trapezoid is just half of a parallelogram, okay, we need to make sure, or we can do area equals base times height divided by 2. That won't give us the answer. That's the formula for a triangle. So what are we going to do? Okay. Well, this trapezoid, okay, if I get this out of here, get that out of here, get this out of there. This trapezoid, okay, if you get all these lines out of there, okay, this trapezoid, okay, if you look, okay, if we have this parallelogram, the top is equal to the bottom, okay? So if I take this line right here, and this line right here, if I drag those, they will equal each other. Okay, so what we can do is we can take that top line and add it to the bottom line and then multiply it by the height and divide by 2. Okay, so our formula would look like area equals base 1, okay, so the first parallel line, base 1, we call base 1. Second parallel line we call base 2. Okay, and those bases end up equaling what it would if it was a parallelogram. Okay, so we add these together, base 1 plus base 2. Okay, let me move those over. Okay, and then we take that times the height. Okay, we take that times the height. Okay, so this is just taking base times height. So instead of doing base, which is the whole base, on a trapezoid, you're taking base 1 plus base 2 and multiplying it by the height. But that will give us this entire thing. Okay? Okay, it'll give us the whole parallelogram. Trapezoids are half of the parallelogram. So just like a triangle formula, we're going to stick in front, we're going to do 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. And this is the formula for a trapezoid. Okay? Another way to write this, just like a triangle, so in a triangle, our formula was 1/2 base times height. And the second way to write that was base times height divided by 2, because multiplying by 1/2 and dividing by 2 are the exact same thing. So another way you could write this is area equals base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Okay, and I think this is easier to use, okay, but both work. Typically you see it written like this mathematically, okay, but multiplying by 1/2 and dividing by 2 are the same thing, okay? So go to your formulas page, and go ahead and add this in there, okay? Trapezoid. Okay, you can draw a trapezoid. Okay, and on that trapezoid I would write where base 1 and base 2 are, and then maybe where the height usually is. Okay, and then I would write write both ways that we write the formula. So the first one is area equals 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. Okay, the second way, and the way that I think is easier to use, is when we write it like base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Okay? And that's the formula for our last polygon that we're going to talk about. And if you have any questions, make sure you let me know, but make sure this is on your formulas page and that you have your notes page. Okay, so when you come show me, you'll show me both.